Hello and welcome back to the Film Club, the club where we talk about films that have been recently watching, viewing and enjoying. Let me know what you've been recently watching and enjoying, and if you've seen what I'm about to talk about, let me know in the comments what you thought about it. I was not one single bit excited for the Marvels. I did not enjoy the first Captain Marvel film. I've not really enjoyed her character in any of her appearances. There was nothing that grabbed me from the trailers. There was just nothing that really hyped me up for this film. I went into it not looking forward to it. And I'll be honest, I was pleasantly surprised. This film was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I think if you look at this film from a certain aspect, it's great. If you look at this film as a fun little space adventure with some superheroes, you will have a blast with it. It is funny at times, it's charming, it's silly, it's goofy. At parts, it falls into a sort of Ragnarok-esque feel of comedy and colour and actual joy. It felt like just a funny little space adventure. Was it perfect? Absolutely not, and by no means was it in even the top sort of 20 Marvel films. But I had a lot more fun with the film than I thought I was going to. If I was to describe the Marvels in one way though, it would be wasted potential. The wasted potential of this brilliant trio. The trio when it's left alone is the highlight of this film. The scenes where they're switching powers and it's got comedy aspects, it's got brilliant music, the CGI is not overly complicated. All of this combined and the charm of all the characters, especially Kamala Khan, is the best bit of the film. The dynamic between Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel is a highlight of the film. I feel it's wasted potential because if you just sort of dampened down the villain, had a lower scale villain that wasn't as grandiose or trying to be grandiose, and had something smaller scale of these three just maybe going on an adventure, even to just like figure out how to fix their powers being connected, something like that, where the main aspect and focus of the film is them three rather than it being trying to fix the villain, then this film would have absolutely worked and probably been on par with Thor Ragnarok or somewhere up there. If you remove the villain, you remove all the complicated backstory, the weird trying so hard to explain different things that have happened in the past so that you understand what's going on now between the villain and relationships and everything like that, because that's where the film falls down. And so for me, it was wasted potential to not just have a smaller scale journey or little just fun adventure with this trio. Are there some writing issues in the Marvels? Yeah, there's some cringy lines, but it's Marvel. I mean, I don't know what people expect nowadays. If you expect some Martin Scorsese level dialogue, no, we're going into a Marvel film. We know there's going to be corny lines, there's going to be tropes. It's a superhero film. Calm down. And it did have issues, yeah. There were relationships that had issues, like Rambo and Captain Marvel, and it was literally fixed within like a hug. There was no real depth to the conversation or relationships. It was sort of just, if we've got a problem, it's fixed in the next 5 minutes. The villain was insanely poorly written with the amount of different flashbacks needed. If you need that much explanation into how a villain came to be, it doesn't work. And it's not a fault of the actor of the villain. She did a great job with what she was given, but it wasn't written well. If there's a reason to go see the Marvels, it's for Kamala Khan. Her as a character is the absolute highlight of the film. The comedy she brings, the fangirl aspect, it's just brilliant. It's fun. It gives a different vibe that we've not necessarily seen much in Marvel films. She is without a doubt a highlight of the film, and backed that up by Carol Danvers as well, who Brie Larson I think had the most fun with this role that she's had since getting the character. It's just a brilliant little dynamic that, to be honest, at points I sort of wondered why Rambo was there. Her character didn't necessarily need to be involved. She didn't bring a whole lot, and anything that she did bring was sort of just flat. I think we've got to a stage where we just expect too much from Marvel films. We expect some deep, incredible comedy brilliance film, when if you just sit back, relax and just watch and switch off, you will enjoy the Marvels. It's a good little space adventure. It's a cool little superhero film. Will I remember the name of the villain? No, I don't even remember it now, if I'm entirely honest. Was there too much focus on setting up this final end credit? Yes, 1000%. If I'm honest, I think the whole villain was built around the fact of making that end credit scene rather than just actually focusing on the film itself. But regardless, I was not excited for the Marvels, and I had fun with it. It made me laugh at parts, and it's just a nice little switch off film, and it could have been better, but it's what we got, and I'm okay with it. But yeah, let me know, what did you think of the Marvels, and I'll see you next time on the Film Club.